Rangers bats have been missing in their recent skid, yet if last night's game is any indication, they're close to getting back. An inch or two here, a foot or two there, and the series opener against the Yankees may have turned out differently. What has been present lately is the pitching. Starting pitching specifically, the rotation has kept the team in games. During the stretch, Derek Holland's done his part. Tonight, it's his turn as your Rangers and the New York Yankees meet next. Atmosphere is electric once again at Rangers Ballpark in Arlington as the Rangers get set to take on the New York Yankees for the second of 3 times this year during the regular season. Another sellout crowd here as we get you ready for baseball. It's the Rangers and the Yankees right here on Fox Sports Southwest. Hi there, John Radigan and Tom Grieve here with you, and the Rangers and the Yankees, and Derek Holland on the mound. You might not remember or realize, as we didn't, how good Derek's been here at home lately.
Yeah, and I think all season long, John, I've been impressed with Derek. If you just look at his ERA, it might not light you up, but I like the way he looks on the mound. His body language is different. He's going after the hitters in an aggressive way, yet at the same time, he's not afraid to use his off-speed pitches when he's behind in the count. His numbers early after 3 starts were a little bit better than they have been lately, but he's been throwing the ball well. Look what he's done in his last 8 home starts. He's undefeated, 3 or fewer walks in all 8 starts, and a good number of strikeouts. So he's been aggressive all year. You feel good when he's on the mound. Rangers need a well-pitched game tonight. Derek should be a guy that's ready to deliver that.
Derek Holland with that newfound determination, that concentration and focus that was his main attempt that he was trying to accomplish during the course of the offseason. So far, so good for Derek Holland in that regard. There are lots of challenges in the Yankees lineup, and perhaps the most among them right now is Curtis Granderson. Derek will try to keep him in the yard and try to keep the Yankees in check. We've got the starting lineups and opening pitch next. It's time to play ball, y'all. Ford Southwest is brought to you by your Texas Ford dealers. Check out the Ford F-150 and drive one. Ford is the best in Texas. By the Progressive Insurance Group. For a money-saving car insurance quote, call 1-800-PROGRESSIVE today. By Jack in the Box. Get the new Bourbon Barbecue Steak Grilled Sandwich now at Jack in the Box. And by Southwest Airlines' new Rapid Rewards. Unlimited reward seats and no blackout dates. And there you see the sun beginning to fall in the sky around Rangers Ballpark in Arlington. The electricity is present as the fans get ready for Game 2 against the New York Yankees. And Southwest Airlines brings you Joe Girardi's batting order with Jeter, Granderson, and Teixeira, followed by Rodriguez, Cano, and Swisher. Jones, Posada, and Martin represent the bottom third of the order against Derek Holland tonight. And here's the scouting report on him.
Got 6 starts this year, winning record. Fair number of innings, over 6 innings per start. Not many walks, good number of strikeouts. 2 or fewer walks in 5 of his 6 starts. That's a good stat. He had a good start, even though it was a loss, at New York. Doesn't look good if you look at the final line, 7 2/3, 5 runs. But 2 of those runs came on a 2-run homer by Robinson Cano late in the ball game. In fact, in the 8th inning. Without that home run, it's a really good, solid, quality start.
And he's quickly ahead of Derek Jeter in the leadoff spot. 89 degrees at the time of the first pitch here at Rangers Ballpark in Arlington, with a stiff breeze blowing in from right field, one the likes of which can provide a bit of a jet stream here. We'll see if that does develop or exist on this night. And that one is fouled off by Jeter, who has hit safely in this leadoff spot in 4 of the 5 games on this Yankees road trip, including yesterday when he had a leadoff single against Matt Harrison and rode home on the Curtis Granderson home run.
Yeah, that was a good pitch by Matt. It jammed him. It was just a little line drive that barely got past Chris Davis at first base.
In there for a strike 3 called. That's the way to start things off, Derek Holland.
Yeah, the good part about that is the location of it and the velocity. The last 2 fastballs were 96 miles an hour, and this one on the inside corner at 95 miles an hour. Quality pitches there at the Jeter.
Here comes Granderson.
No doubt that was a strike either.
And that's a strike 1 to him. Curtis, as we mentioned, with the 4 homers in 4 games versus Texas this year, and 2 of them yesterday. Strike 2.
Granderson yesterday had a couple of home runs on fastballs. He also struck out a couple of times on breaking balls. So you have to think he won't see as many fastballs to hit today as he saw yesterday. And there's another good breaking ball, and hopefully that'll result in a pop-up to shortstop.
It does indeed, as Elvis puts it away.
It doesn't mean you can't throw him fastballs. It just means you can't throw him a fastball when he's looking for a fastball. And you'll be able to do that a lot less if you have good off-speed pitches to go around it. And that's what Derek did in that at-bat. Showed him a curveball first and then got him out on the breaking ball.
Here's the defense behind Derek Holland tonight. Murphy, Bourbon, and Moreland in the outfield. Elvis and Adrian on the left side. Michael's back at second base for the 7th time this year with Chris Davis at first. And then Yorvik Torrealba behind the plate. And it's Mark Teixeira. Inside to make it 2-0 to the former Rangers first baseman. That one's on the outside part of the plate. It's a strike.
Yeah, there's a fastball count. 2 balls and no strikes to a good fastball hitter and a home run hitter. Instead, he saw a changeup instead of the fastball.
Way inside to make it 3-1.
I hate to see balls up there. I'm glad he got out of the way. That was right in the danger zone. But just got away from Derek. He was trying to throw a fastball in. He just got it way in and way up.
That one's hit into left field. And it gets past David Murphy. And now headed to second base is Teixeira.
And Derek threw him, again, behind in the count, threw him a changeup, but after seeing it once, Teixeira wasn't fooled by it that time and hit it pretty well in the left field.
So it's a single and then an error on David Murphy.
Yeah, David wasn't trying to do anything special other than just catch it. Must have had a little spin on it because it didn't hit in the middle of his glove. It hit off the side of his glove. Sometimes that can happen out there.
He had perfect form, didn't he? He was ready to catch it with two hands. I mean, just eluded him. Alex Rodriguez now. Strike on the inside part of the plate. That one was 94 miles an hour. And now it's 0-2. A-Rod started the season on fire. Was hitting .412 for the first 2 weeks of the season. Strained his oblique muscle in a game against the Rangers, ironically, in the end of the second full week of the season. Since that time, he's hitting about $150 with 13 strikeouts. And he's behind 0-2 here. Strike three called. 2 strikeouts in the inning for Derek Holland. A way to start this one. No score as we head to the bottom of the first inning and bring you the Southwest Airlines Rangers batting order. That's penciled in by Ron Washington tonight. Kinsler, Anderson, Young, Beltre, Murphy, and Torrealba. Mitch and Chris Davis, the lefties, and Julio Bourbon, another one down there in the bottom third of Ron's batting order. And they will face Bartolo Colon tonight. Here's the scouting report on the salty veteran.
Well, he's had 6 games. The first 3 games were relief appearances, all in games started by Philip Hughes. His numbers as a starter are pretty incredible. And overall, only 6 walks in 33 innings, 33 strikeouts to go along with it. 2-0 in his 3 starts. And you're talking about a guy who really hasn't pitched in a couple of years. He started out in 2009, then he was hurt, missed the last half of the year, didn't pitch at all last year, didn't get signed until the beginning of February. And the only reason he got signed was he pitched winter ball for Tony Pena in the Dominican Republic. And Tony Pena basically wouldn't take no for an answer. Just look at him. Just look at him. And the Yankees are pretty glad they did. In fact, if you go back to that point in time, they'd already signed Freddie Garcia. If Andy Pettitte had decided he wanted to play, they might not have even been able to sign Cologne.
Ian hits it up the middle. Cano makes the play.
They really shade Ian up the middle. That in a normal defensive configuration, that's a ground ball up the middle. But Cano took a base hit away last night by shading up the middle on a line one-hop smash. That one looked like a ground ball right over Cologne's head. And you can see it's almost a shift. In fact, it is a shift, really, when the second baseman is almost behind second base. And take a hit away from Ian. I guess the way to counteract that is hit a ground ball to second base, and it'll roll through into right field.
Note to self for next time. Elvis. Strike one. And now that's strike two from Bartolo. And we add to the story, the comeback story of Bartolo Colon, and look at the strikeout to walk ratio. He's second in the league, sandwiched between Heron and Weaver. And Brandon McCarthy's up there in that category as well at 450.
And if you look at him and say, wow, he's big, he's always been big. He's one of those pitchers that's been able to carry that kind of frame and still be successful. By his own admission, he'll tell you he's probably 50 or 60 pounds overweight. But who's going to argue with the results he's getting? I think weight really only comes into play when you're underperforming. And then it can be a big reason why. But he's always been a big guy, and he's always been a good pitcher. His strength is the movement and location of his fastball. He throws almost 80-90% fastballs, and they sink and tail into right-hand hitters. There it is. It almost looks like a left-handed slider the way it came in on Elvis.
And he got Elvis swinging.
Yeah, with that kind of movement, he doesn't really have to throw a lot of off-speed pitches. Watch, it starts on the left and comes right back in on him like you would see a left-handed slider do. Loves to use that pitch to left-hand hitters, where you start it off a little bit in and it comes back and catches the corner. Sure, our left-hand hitters in the lineup will have to counteract that tonight.
Ron Washington's got a bunch of them in the second half of the batting order. Murphy, Moreland, Davis, Bourbon. And Michael Young hits this one.
And Elvis swung and missed at. The fastball had good movement on it. Michael just kept his hands in and gets the good part of the bat on a ball that's probably inside. It was. You won't see that very often. Cologne threw a pitch that I think will jam a right-hand hitter 90% of the time. Michael hit a home run on it, and boy, Adrian just got underneath one, or he might have done the same thing.
Yeah. It's to shallow center field, and Granderson is there to make the play. And that'll do it for the Rangers, but Michael Young gives them the lead. A solo shot to make it 1-0 Texas after one. Emily Jones to the show.
Well, guys, recently catcher Yorvit Torrealba made the comment that he felt like he could do a better job in assisting pitchers doing theirs. I asked him today what he meant by those comments.
We can do a little bit better job, and help the pitching staff to execute the pitch and then try to help the most we can. And then obviously we wasn't pitching that well, and then I take a lot of pride in what I do behind the plate. So to me, it was like I wasn't really doing my job.
Yorvit Torrealba with tonight's Geico quote of the game. It seems to be working 5 straight quality outings from starting pitchers for the Rangers and a 2.25 ERA, guys.
And there's a great play by Michael Young at second base as he hustles over there and makes the play.
Yeah, if you want to be a big league second baseman, that's a play you have to make. And it's not an easy play. There's a tough hop to catch. Then you have to have the arm strength to throw on the run and the accuracy to do it. It's a play Ian makes very well. And a good example on this play that Michael makes it very well, too. Leadoff hitter. You don't want that infield, little cheap infield hit. A nice start to the game for Michael. A home run and a nice defensive play.
And now it's Nick Swisher. Derek Holland needed just 15 pitches in that first inning. Swisher fouls that one into the seats. Threw a first pitch strike to 3 of the 4 batters he faced in the first and got 3 of 4 to go to 0-2. And now it's 2-1 to Swisher. He missed yesterday's game with a bad cold.
You could identify with that, John.
Yeah. I don't know what he's talking about. There's a strike.
Strongest part of the game early for Derek is his ability to buzz that fastball into the right-hand hitters and get the called strike. Struck A-Rod out and struck Jeter out looking at 95-mile-an-hour fastballs right on the inside corner. Swisher didn't like that call, but Derek got the call.
And now the 2-2. Grounded foul.
Swisher's a tough out, even though he's hitting .214. He's walked 19 times. He's one of those guys that can be hitting .214 and still be the kind of guy you don't like seeing come up there. Because he'll work the count, he'll work a walk, and he'll get a big hit for you, too. And
not that time, though.
Couple fastballs in, set up the changeup away. So far, a clinic from Derek. There's no way that if you're ready on the last pitch, like he pulled the fastball in, that you're going to be ready for that, the changeup away. You can't counteract both pitches as a hitter. And if the pitcher can make those 2 pitches, a 94-mile-an-hour fastball in, and you're pulling that pitch, Yorvit Torrealba knew he would be susceptible to the changeup away, and he couldn't even swing at it. The other side of it is the pitcher has to deliver those pitches, and Derek's done a great job of that through 6 hitters tonight.
3 strikeouts of the first 6 men, and all of them looking. Plus a pop-up and a ground out to account for the 5 outs so far as he works against Jones. Andrew was 0 for 3 yesterday. He did have a walk. And the 1-1 just misses to make it 2 balls and a strike to Jones. And he popped him up. Elvis going back for it in shallow left field and makes the play. And the side is retired in order. 1-2-3, go the Yankees. Rangers with a 1-0 lead. Hello to Jim Knox.
All right, hi, John. Community Corner tonight. Hey, Ranger fans, they're ready to go from Cedar Hill. Why not? Earlier today, Ron Washington, he got an early start. He was ready to go because Ron spent time with about 90 coaches from area RBI and junior RBI teams to provide insight and advice into teaching kids the game of baseball, motivating the youth, and supporting baseball in the inner cities. Texas Rangers Baseball Foundation, a big part of that. And for those who want to get involved, you can do so. Just log on to TexasRangers.com/foundation and check all that out. Fans, John, they are ready. They're pumped for these Yankees. Let's win tonight, huh?
Yeah, you found a good rowdy bunch of them out there, Knoxie. We appreciate you very much. 2-1 pitch to David Murphy is outside.
You know, in the middle of Bartolo Colon's career, when he was at his best, his fastball was probably mid-90s with the same kind of movement. It's not that much below that right now. He's 90 to 93 and occasionally a little bit higher. So his velocities come back. He really doesn't look much different now than he did 4 or 5 years ago. It might be a little bit bigger, but he's always been big. What a find, both Bartolo Colon and Freddie Garcia.
Murph hits this one toward right field and deep, and it's gone! Back-to-back innings, back-to-back homers for the Rangers. Number 3 on the year for David Murphy.
Well, both home runs have barely gotten out, right over the top of the wall and not actually into the seats themselves. But whether they go 500 feet or 361 feet, they're all home runs. I think David hit that a little bit off the end of the bat, which is why it didn't go farther. But it went far enough.
It went 376 feet. Didn't quite get to the fans. There is that walkway between the wall and the fans where the Rangers pitchers go in the bullpen. And that's where that one initially landed, but then bounded back onto the field.
I guess the logical question, if you're the Yankees with Colon, is can he maintain his present form, production, through an entire season? And I guess no way of knowing that until you find out later in the season whether he's still throwing well.
There's a strike to Torrealba. And he is down looking. And here comes Mitch Moreland. This is that part of the batting order where Ron Washington sends 4 lefties to the plate against Colon in the span of 5 hitters. And that one misses. And Mitch hits this one into the gap in left center field. Big turn at first base and holds up there. Look of inquisitiveness on the face of Joe Girardi there. Bartolo Colon needed just 11 pitches to get out of the first inning. He's already thrown more than that in this inning, and there's only 1 out. With another lefty coming up, it's Chris Davis.
It won't be as big an issue now with Mitch at first base, but during the game with others at first base, one thing to remember on Colon, he's just about impossible to run on. Hasn't given up a stolen base in 149 innings. Very little movement other than a direct step to home plate to deliver the pitch. Doesn't take much time, doesn't give the runner much time at all to get a jump on the catcher.
And now a check of even Moreland at first. Chris had one of the 3 hits yesterday, a single. The 3 hits by the Rangers yesterday represented a season low. And they've already matched it today with the 2 homers and the single.
When Colon, who didn't pitch at all in 2010, approached Tony Pena about an opportunity to pitch for him in winter ball, Tony Pena said, well, I'll give you an opportunity, but I'm going to use you in relief. And Colon asked Tony Pena, look, that's fine. Just give me 1 start. Give me 1 start, see what I look like. And if relief is what you want me to do, then that'll be fine. So Tony Pena gave him 1 start, and he ended up getting 7 starts for him in winter ball. And that's where he convinced Tony Pena, a Yankee coach, that he could help them during the season.
And that's a walk to Chris Davis. So there are runners at first and second for Julio Bourbon. And what a game it was today in Toronto for Justin Verlander, his 2nd career no-hitter, 7th no-hitter in Tigers history. 1 walk, 4 strikeouts, 108 pitches, 74 of them for strikes at Comerica in Detroit against Toronto.
Yeah, and having seen him pitch a lot, having had the opportunity and the pleasure to watch him pitch, the only thing surprising about that is that he's only thrown 2 with the stuff he's got.
Julio Bourbon with a charge into this one. It is all the way to the wall in the gap in right center field. 1 run is home. 2 are home, and Julio Bourbon has his 3rd triple of the year.
About 4 or 5 days ago in Seattle, watching Julio take batting practice and watching his body language and watching him interact around the batting cage, you just had the feeling that he was feeling good about himself and that he's just about ready to have good things happen. And since that time, they really have. He's beat out a bunt. He's hit the ball hard. He's made excellent plays in center field. He's throwing the ball better. Everything about Julio right now is significantly better than it was earlier in the year.
And safe at 3rd is Julio Bourbon. Safe and secure, New York life.
Infield in, only 1 out. Chance for Ian to pick up another one. You'd love to see that.
Check swing, hits his bat.
That's the other thing about Julio. You see him play when he's not going that well, and he looks like a Punch and Judy hitter. That about the best he could do is serve out some singles and beat out some bunts. But when you see him when he's going well, he can be so much more than that. He can be a guy that could hit 35 or 40 doubles, hit 10 or 15 home runs. Now, I'm not predicting that he'll do that, but if he develops into the kind of player that he has the potential to be, that's what he could do. You can tell by the way he drove that ball 390 feet into the gap out there into right center field.
Well, and all credit to you, because you mentioned that you saw that in Seattle just now, but you also mentioned it when you saw it. I mean, you were saying that day, you came up and told me, man, Julio's hitting the ball a long way.
You can, more than just the results in batting practice, you watch him. You watch the way he's bouncing around, the way he's talking. And you just get the feeling that he's feeling good. And heck, as everyone knows in baseball, that's half the battle. Your own confidence, your own feeling. If you're not feeling it, it's probably not going to happen. I think Ron Washington has been a good motivator for Julio. He's giving him an opportunity. He told him he believed in him. Yet at the same time, there's a little tough love involved in there, too.
Ian Kinsler has hit this one high and deep, but not quite deep enough. All the way to the wall goes Andrew Jones. The run does come home.
I didn't think there's any way that was staying in the park when it came off the bat. I thought that ball was gone. But it's not something you complain about. 375-foot sacrifice fly.
Nope.
Good at bat for Ian. Get the ball in the air. Get that run in.
Wash thought it was gone too. And then he's like, okay, that's still okay. Yeah, that's still okay.
If I wasn't announcing, I'd be doing the same thing.
And suddenly the Rangers have a pretty commanding lead in this game. It is 5-0 Texas. And Elvis hits this one in front of Andrew Jones.
This is a game where Colon is a game he has not seen as a starting pitcher. In his 3 starts prior to this, he'd thrown 21 2/3 innings and only given up 6 earned runs. Not going quite that well for him today.
Here comes Larry Rothschild, the pitching coach for the Yankees. He'll chat with his starter Colon as Michael Young comes up. Michael's home run back in the first inning was his first here at the ballpark since August the 15th last year against Boston, and we check in with Emily Jones.
Well, guys, you were talking about the motivating factors for Julio Bourbon. He says, contrary to popular belief, one of those was not the signing of the center fielder and the Cuban defector Leonis Martin, which happened earlier this week. He said he's taken that all in stride.
I'm going to give you the same answer. It's a competition every day, so I didn't feel any extra pressure, any fire lit up or anything. I'm just going to come as positive and do the same thing that I've always done, whether they have 10 center fielders in the minors or whether they don't have anybody. I'm going to try to contribute and do the best I can when I'm given the opportunity.
He said more than anything, just the fact that he's been in the lineup on a more regular basis has helped him with his consistency both in the field and at the plate. That looks to continue now with Nelson Cruz on the DL in addition to Josh Hamilton. Guys.
That was a great answer, a well thought out answer that if you wanted to write the answer to that question, that's pretty much what you hope the player would say, and it's true. And really, he's getting the opportunity to play more, obviously, because there's injuries right now. But with no injuries, for the Rangers to be the best team they can be, they need Julio to play well and play center field. That just makes everything else work. And I'm glad he's getting the opportunity because that's the kind of player he can be.
Strike to Michael. Every guy who's ever played has been in that situation. He relates to when he got here and Marlon Byrd was, the incumbent, the guy to beat out.
Yep.
Everybody's got somebody in front of them at some point in their career and then somebody behind them at some point in their career. That one's too far outside from Colon. It had been 35 games, 35 home games between home runs for Michael Young. And his went 366 feet out there to left field. Whereas David Murphy's went 376. David led off this inning with that home run. Really got things started for the Rangers in a 4-run frame. That's a strike. .44 hits on the year now for Michael Young. First in the American League. And that'll even things up at 2-2.
We're talking about Verlander's no-hitter today. Giovanni Gallardo had a no-hitter into the 8th inning for Milwaukee.
Yeah, good day for pitchers today.
Yeah, that one would have been a little more problematic because he had about 104 or 5 pitches starting the 8th inning.
Michael just reaches out and slaps this one towards right field. It's down in front of Swisher. Stopping and sliding at third base is Elvis, and now he's caught in a rundown. And he's finally tagged out by Russell Martin.
I think Elvis thought that ball, was going to hit and go into the corner because he was coming around third like he intended to score.
Nevertheless, the Rangers have the big inning. Leading off, it was David Murphy with a home run and Julio Bourbon with his third triple of the season. The Rangers could save you 15% on car insurance and by AT&T. And now Derek Holland comes back out to face Jorge Posada, Yankees' designated hitter tonight. And we take a look back at what happened here at the end of the last inning. Elvis rounding and couldn't quite stop, so he got trapped in no man's land there. 9-4 to 5-2 was the official put out there after the single by Young.
Yeah, it was a big inning, 4 runs for the Rangers, but Beltre would have had a chance with first and third to even add to it. A fastball by Derek inside. 2-0 count, looking for a fastball. Couldn't get the head of the bat out with the location of that one.
After a 15-pitch first inning, Derek needed just 11 in the second inning.
He's got that fastball in working for him, boy. Hitters don't like that pitch. Very few hitters say, I love that 94-mile-an-hour fastball right in on my fists. Not comfortable to swing at that pitch.
Missed with that one a little high. And it's a full count, 3-2. So leadoff walk to Jorge Posada. And Mondays are for all fans this season at Rangers Ballpark, as is this Monday. All fans receive a pennant celebrating the Texas Rangers 2010 American League Championship. For tickets, call 972-RANGERS or make plans to join us today at TexasRangers.com. Russell Martin now against Derek Holland. And after first pitch strikes to 5 of the first 7, Derek's missed with a couple. It's 1 ball and no strike to Russell Martin. He had 3 walks yesterday. Officially 0 for 1 on the day. And he grounds this one to Elvis. Over to Michael for 1. On to Chris Davis, and that's a tailor-made double play.
That's the way to erase the leadoff walk. Make a good pitch. Don't sit there and brood about the leadoff walk. Do something about it. Make a good pitch. Got Russell Martin to hit a ground ball right off the end of the bat. Made a good pitch away and gets a little tapper to shortstop and a simple double play.
And it brings up the top of the order. Here's Derek Jeter. He struck out looking first time up. And he takes a big rip at the first one from Derek. It was a 93-mile-an-hour pitch.
Yeah, I think at this stage of Jeter's career, that's pretty much the way you have to pitch him. Pound him in with a fastball until he can show you that he can get the head of the bat out there. Last night he had a base hit, but he got jammed the other times up. Got jammed on that base hit, too. It was just a little blooper. Barely got to the grass in right field.
That'll even it up at 1-1. Starting his 2,303rd game. That's the most at shortstop for a guy on one club. And that'll make it 1-2. He passes Cal Ripken. And now has 2,303 starts for the Yankees at shortstop. A little high. He's got 2,324 games overall. Has him in 20th place for a guy who's played for only one team. And now the count is full. It's 3-2. One run in the first and then 4 in the second for the Rangers, who lead at 5-0 as we play in the top of the third. The payoff pitch in the air toward left field. Off the wall. David Murphy retrieves it quickly. Jeter is in at second base.
Now, Jeter was able to get the bat out in front of that pitch. It was a changeup. I don't think he can get the bat out in front of a good fastball in, but you take 7 or 8 miles an hour off, then he can get the head of the bat out. Fortunately, that ball just barely stayed in the ballpark. That ball hit right off the top of the wall in left field, and with 2 outs, if you can get Granderson, no damage done. I just don't think that if you pound him in with a fastball, he's got any chance of doing that. He might loop a single to right field, but I don't think he's going to turn on it.
And so now it is Curtis Granderson. Popped up to shallow left field, and it was retrieved by Elvis his first time up. That's in there for a strike. 2 balls and a strike to Granderson, who hit home runs number 9 and 10 on the year yesterday. He didn't hit his 10th home run in 2010 until the end of July. July 26th last year is when he hit home run number 10. The 2-1. Just misses to make it 3-1.
They're missing with the fastball a little bit here in the third inning.
And that'll run it full at 3-2. Sellout crowd here at Rangers Ballpark in Arlington, trying to cheer Derek on through his third full count of the inning. And that one is fouled away as Granderson hangs tough against Holland. And the payoff. Walked him. Here comes Mike Maddox. Derek just raced through the first couple of innings with 15 pitches in the first, 11 in the second.
The key to the first 2 innings was location of his fastball. That's gotten away from him a little bit here in the third inning. It wasn't a big problem after walking Posada because he got Martin to hit in a double play so quickly. But he couldn't locate the fastball to Jeter and ended up throwing him a changeup on the 3-2 pitch, which Jeter doubled off the wall. And then missed several times on fastballs to Granderson and walked him. And now he set up a little bit of a jam here with Teixeira, home run hitter. Got a big lead, but Yankees lead the major leagues in home runs. That's what you have to be careful of.
48 of them hit by the Yankees so far this year. Good job by Torrealba. Keeps it in front of him and chases it down. It's now 22 pitches in the inning, twice as many as in the last. Inside the Tex, it's 2-0. Yankees came into the ballpark yesterday having lost 3 straight games for the first time this year. And Tex slices this one toward right field, but hooking foul. And it's 2 balls and a strike. He is among the best on the Yankees team with a .313 average with runners in scoring position. He's got Jeter down there at second now and Granderson at first. But there are 2 outs for Derek Holland. That's a good pitch and a strike on appeal. Tex can't quite hold up.
If you're Derek right here, you're wondering what should I throw him. Well, he's been late on a couple of fastballs. I don't think you can go wrong with pounding him in again. 94-mile-an-hour fastball right on the inside corner.
Pops him up. Bourbon coming on. Can't quite get it. Coming in to score is Jeter.
He made a good pitch. He threw the fastball. He got it in. He jammed him. Unfortunately, it was a little blooper that fell in no man's land out in center field. You can see Torrealba set up in. There's the fastball in. Couldn't get the bat out. Headed the bat out. Got jammed and just muscled that little blooper into center field.
Almost expected to see Julio leave his feet and dive after it. He's done it so well and so many times lately. Couldn't quite catch up to that one. So with a run in, they're at first and third for Alex Rodriguez. A-Rod struck out his first time up. Derek got him looking to end the first inning.
I want to thank John and Leslie Fortner for the delicious cake balls that Leslie sent up. She called them tiny bits of heaven and said that they're very addicting. And based on people who have sampled them, I'd say she was very accurate.
Absolutely right. They look a little bit like donut holes, all covered in chocolate. And then there's cake in the middle.
Oh, Derek had a chance if he could have gotten Jeter. If he made a good pitch with his fastball, he would have gotten Jeter. And he was around 37 or 38 pitches. Not getting Jeter, now having to pitch through Granderson, Teixeira, and Rodriguez. Has him up in the mid-50s with a pitch count. Been about 16 pitches since then. But that's okay. Got first and third right here. Still have a big lead. Just make a good pitch and get Rodriguez right here.
Grounded foul. That'll make it 2-2.
We'll be careful with those high changeups. That's the ball that Jeter hit. Rodriguez got on top of that and just topped a little ground ball. But the location of that changeup, that's a dangerous spot if you don't fool the hitter with it. Came
and
back,
another.
Tried to get him the same way he got him the first time with a fastball in, but he got it too far in.
So it's another full count. Payoff pitch. Missed inside.
All the damage right here so far has been with 2 outs. He got the double play. Double walk, single walk. I have to face Cano. It's lefty versus lefty, but lefties don't bother Cano. Cano's a lifetime .309 hitter. He's hitting .302 right now.
He's hit safely in 21 of 24 games. And there is still a bit of a Yankee contingent. The Rangers fans definitely outnumber them here, and they need to quiet them down right now. This ball's hit in the air toward the gap. Left center field. Julio dives and can't get it. It goes all the way to the wall. Bases clearing triple by Cano. The Yankees are right back in it.
Well, you know the Yankees have a veteran lineup. They've got a good lineup, and it's hard to pitch through their lineup one time right after another. I think Derek had a great chance to get out of this inning with a better pitch to Jeter, but since that time there's been a couple of walks and a couple of hits too. Good effort by Julio. It's probably a ball that, playing a different angle, catching on a hop, might have kept men at second and third and only resulted in 2 runs. The ball was slicing away from him. And what looked like maybe a possible catch, just the way it was slicing, turned out to be a ball that was a little bit away from him.
Swisher comes up as the 8th hitter here in the 3rd inning. And he's ahead 2-0.
You couldn't have been much better than Derek through 3 innings. And it's amazing, but it's, you know, it's what you deal with young pitchers.
Swisher hits this one high and deep, but hooking and foul.
You know, you deal with inconsistencies, and Derek got himself into some trouble and just hasn't been able to make the pitch to get out of it. He had 2 outs and nobody on, and 5 guys have reached. But you can still leave with a lead if you can get Swisher and keep Cano at third base.
The 2-1 to him. In there for a strike. Somebody tossed a ball out onto the field in left field is the reason for a slight delay here. It's retrieved by our ball girl, and we're ready for the 2-2. Sliced foul and out of play. Ball low makes it 3 balls and 2 strikes. Another full count for Derek Holland as you see Brett Tomko up and warming in the Rangers bullpen.
Yeah, almost every slider that Derek has thrown has been down and out of the strike zone, and the Yankees haven't swung at one of them yet. Again, they're a veteran team, a disciplined team. You have to get it up a little bit if you want to tempt them to swing at it. There's a great example. That one was up, and right-hand hitters normally do swing at that pitch, but Swisher, a guy with great discipline at the plate, was able to lay off it.
So it's the 4th walk of the inning by Derek, and it's the 9th hitter in the inning, Andrew Jones, who made the last out of the 2nd.
And Derek's got to be zeroing in on almost 40 pitches this inning.
Yeah, he's right at it. He had 26 coming in. He's at 66 now. And Jones fouls the first one off. Rangers still lead at 5-4. But after their 4-run second inning, the Yankees have returned the favor here in the top of the 3rd.
Missing with a fastball. First 2 innings, that fastball would have been right on the inside corner. One right after the other. Now he just can't find that same spot.
Swing and a miss by Jones. And it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. And once again, a good job by Torrealba, with a runner at third base in particular. Two balls, 2 strikes. Derek Holland trying to get out of this inning. And he got him. Swinging. Rangers still lead at 5-4, and here come the hot Ranger bats to the plate. Bottom of the third inning, it is Adrian Beltre coming to the plate. And facing Colon, who himself threw 30 pitches in that second inning.
Yeah, and got out of the inning when Elvis overran third base. Otherwise, he would have had to face Beltre with men on first and third. So actually, Rangers let him off the hook last inning. Might have been even a bigger inning. And even with the Yankees' big third inning, the Rangers still lead 5-4.
And Adrian loops this one out towards right field. Swisher makes the play.
And in that inning, in that big inning, it looked like Derek might have made the pitch to get out of the inning. The ball that he jammed Teixeira with. The ball just blooped into center field.
Yeah, one of those classic Texas leaguers. Here comes David Murphy. Homer his last time up. It was the leadoff shot in the second. Two quick strikes from Colon. And that one's high and away. This one's placed out there to the gap in left center field. Jones can't play it and can't find it. Ultimately, Granderson gets it, and David Murphy's in at second base.
Jones made a nice play on Bourbon in right field yesterday. Didn't look like a Gold Glover going after that ball. Looked like he had a chance to go get it, then laid back on it, bounced up and hit him. David ends up at second base. Like all he had to do is keep going toward the ball, and he would have caught it. He kind of trails off, and the ball almost hit him in the foot.
And then it hit him in the chest, and then he couldn't find it.
A single and an error on Jones to allow David to get to second base.
And a big rip from Torrealba. Norvik struck out looking back in the second inning. And he hits this one towards first. Bad hop to Teixeira, but he stays with it. Makes the play. David moves over to third. And here comes Mitch Moreland. Mitch had a single and scored a run in the big second inning. He rode home on the triple by Julio Bourbon. That's in there for a strike. Mitch has hit safely in 8 of his last 11 games now, and has reached base in 26 of his 31. And there's a strike to him to make it 1-2. fouled straight back.
Cologne popped that ball up there at 95 miles an hour, reached back for a little extra.
It stays 1-2 with Chris Davis waiting on deck. Runner at third is David Murphy. There are 2 out here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Slammed foul into the photo well down there. Now Cologne checks the runner at third and delivers outside to make it 2 balls and 2 strikes. Three of Mitch's 4 home runs have been here at Rangers Ballpark in Arlington this year. Swing and a miss. And he got him. That'll do it for the Rangers. They strand Murph at third. It's still 5-4 Texas. Your iPhone, iPad, Android, or BlackBerry. Get live audio, pitch-by-pitch tracking, video highlights, and more. Text at-bat to 31826 or visit TexasRangers.com for details. Beautiful night for baseball here at Rangers Ballpark in Arlington, and lots of baseball already played here through 3 innings. Derek Holland back out there after the 45-pitch third.
Well, in yesterday's game, Matt Harrison struggled through 2 innings. He had over 50 pitches in 2 innings, but he came back and put 4 zeros on the board after that. Let's see if Derek can come back after a 40-plus pitch inning here in the third and do something similar. He just lost the command of his fastball really in the 3rd inning. The first 2 innings, he couldn't have been much better. Let's see if he can regain it here in the 4th.
The 2-0 pitch is fouled off by Posada. Derek starts with the 8 and 9 hitters in Joe Girardi's batting order. And that'll even things up at 2-2. Yankees have gotten good production from the 8 spot. Hitters in the 8 hole have hit .304 this year, although this is the first time all year Posada's been there. High for a ball to make it 3-2. He had 4 full counts in the 3rd inning. And that's a 2nd straight walk to Jorge Posada as we send it to Jim Knox.
All right, John, here's something you don't see too often. This is Maria Colon. She's from the Bronx and a Ranger fan for 40 years. How did that come about?
In 1969, I'm watching the Yanks and the Senators. Frank Howard hits a homer over left field, and I said, this is a team for me.
Wow. And then also you sent Tom Grieve a message back in 1986. What was that about? He gave you a jersey.
I wrote him a fan letter. He was a GM, and he mailed me this jersey.
Nice. You've been signing the hat today. Looks great. And you've been taking a lot of abuse back in New York.
Unbelievable. But not after last year, I'm good. They can't rip me anymore. We're ALCS champions, Texas Rangers.
There you go. All right, Maria. Thanks. John.
All right, Noxie, thank you very much. Thanks for being here, Maria. We got a pitching change at the ballpark. Wireless call to the bullpen is for Brett Tomko tonight.
A good opportunity for Brett. Come in and hold the Yankees right here. The Rangers keep the lead. He got a big league win right here. I feel bad for Derek. It started out so good, and he gave it everything he had in the 3rd inning. He just couldn't make the pitch to get out of the inning. Looked like the pitch to Teixeira might have been the pop-up he was looking for, but it blooped into center field. He just threw so many pitches in the 3rd inning. I think he was out of gas when he went back out for the 4th. But he'll be back next start.
Sure will. And he walked Posada to start this 4th, and now Tomko gets Martin to swing and make it a ball and 2 strikes. Inside to make it 2-2. Foul down there toward the 3rd base coach's box. Now, Thompson can't quite play it, but he can deliver the signs. And now Martin stands back in. And another foul. Rangers have an extra man in the bullpen after recalling Feliz from the disabled list yesterday. They sent Taylor Teagarden down rather than one of the extra pitchers. fouled back to the screen. And at this point, they're still not 100% sure if they will need the other long man, Dave Bush, tomorrow. We may not find out until after the game if Alexi Ogando is going to be available to make tomorrow's start. He's been battling that blister problem. He's had a new acrylic nail. This one's grounded to Beltran. Over to Michael Young. Chris Davis, and it's a 5-4-3 double play. The walk is erased.
That's the same way the last inning started. Posada walked, Martin hit into a double play. It took 8 pitches to get him, but 8 pitches to get 2 outs.
Yeah, it doesn't sound as bad when you say it that way.
No.
And now here's Jeter. Strike one on the inside part of the plate. And this one's grounded toward Michael at second. He's up with it and makes the play. And Brett Tomko comes in and does a nice job. And the Rangers still lead it 5-4 at the ballpark. And Chris Davis is in to face Bartolo Colon, who starts him off outside with the ball. Chris walked in the second, scored a run. Pounds that one foul. Inside part of the plate for a strike. Chris is 6 for his last 19 after starting a little slowly when he came up.
Yeah, that's the pitch that Colon throws to the lefties. He threw a couple of them to Mitch. It's inside, and then the excellent movement that he has brings it back to the inside corner.
That one stays out.
He throws it on the outside part of the plate, and you go to swing at it, and then it tails right out of the strike zone. Let's see if Colon can maintain it over 162 games. But it's pretty amazing comeback that you're looking at right now. Missed a lot of 2009 with an injury. Missed all of 2010. He's 37 years old. 50 or 60 pounds overweight by his own admission. And he's throwing the ball 91 to 93 miles an hour and getting people out.
And it's time for our AT&T trivia question. And tonight we ask you, who is the only Rangers pitcher to record a save in the ALCS last year? We'll answer it in the next half inning, our AT&T trivia question. Julio Bourbon fouls the first one off. He's fresh off the triple last time up that scored 2. Rangers cling to a 5-4 lead here. Bourbon hits this one towards center field, but right at Granderson.
It's been a while since Colon was at his best in the big leagues, but if you remember back to when he was really good. He won a Cy Young Award with the Angels. That was 2005. He also had an interesting season when he got traded from Cleveland to Montreal. He won 10 games for both teams. He's one of only 2 pitchers that has ever done that. And when you look at what that trade did for the Indians, that was one of the better trades that's ever been made. The Indians got Brandon Phillips, an outstanding young infielder who's gone on to have an excellent big league career. Grady Sizemore and Cliff Lee.
Wow.
All in the same trade for Cologne.
Wow. Ian hits this one toward left, but not quite as deep as last time. Andrew Jones makes the play. Down go the Rangers, but they still lead it 5-4, headed to the 5th. Trivia question, shall we? Who's the only Rangers pitcher to record a save in the ALCS last year? It was actually Darren Oliver who got one in Game 4. Happy with no saves in that one. But speaking of old guys, Mark McLemore, not as old as I am, joins us up here in the booth. Great to see you again, Mac.
Good to be here. Good to be seen.
Nice to have you back. The Rangers looked like they were going to run away with this one for a minute there.
They did, but you never can count this team out. This Yankees ball club is a good ball club, just like the Rangers. So you never know. That's why you play 9 and not just 3.
Derek Holland, incidentally, 3 innings pitched, 4 strikeouts, allowed 4 runs, all earned on 4 hits and 5 walks. Those 5 walks represent a career high for Derek. He'd had 4 about 4 times previously, but he walked 5 in just 3 innings in this game. 4 of them in that 1 inning.
Yeah, it just got away from Darren Mack. He hasn't had problems walking guys this year. He got the 2 outs, nobody on, and just kind of lost command, it looked like.
He did. You know, just the wheels just pretty much fell off there. And, you know, you just don't know what happens sometimes when a guy's coming out, he's throwing strikes, and then all of a sudden the next inning he can't find the plate. And it looks like that's what happened to Derek tonight.
Yeah, it's too bad because in the first 2 innings, that's pretty much about as well as he can throw the ball. That pinpoint command with his fastball.
I think one of the things a lot of times with young players, not just pitchers, but young players, they have a little bit of success and they start thinking a little bit too much and trying to do more and more as opposed to just continuing what they've been doing.
That's the third straight inning in which the Yankees have drawn a leadoff walk. Granderson drew this one and brings up Teixeira.
Well, the first 2 were erased by double plays, so maybe Teixeira will do that too.
Brett Tomko worked a scoreless 9th inning in his last outing Saturday in Oakland. Grounded foul. Got a big shift on for Teixeira here.
We could very easily see if Beltre can actually turn a double play, actually play it over at the shortstop position. That's right now.
That's right. I'd like to see it right to him. Just flip it to Elvis, turn a double play.
Well, I want to see it go to Michael Young over Beltre.
Coming the other way.
Beltre coming across. That's what I want to see.
I agree with you. I wasn't thinking that way.
You know, when you play a player with a with a big shift like this, it looks like, you know, that hitter can just say, I'm going to hit it over there in that spot. Well, it's just not that easy because the pitcher is trying not to let you hit the ball over there. He's not throwing it outside for you to be able to do that. He's trying to pitch you in so you hit it to where the defense is.
Cody Epley, you see there, up warming in the pen. Teixeira hits it in the air towards center field. Julio on the run makes the play.
And I guess also, Mac, if Mark Teixeira wants to try to hit a ground ball toward third base, we'd probably say go for it, right?
Take it. Take it.
If you can do it, you can have it.
Keep him in the ballpark.
First out of the inning brings up A-Rod to a chorus of boos. Starts him off with a strike.
Tag, from what you've seen of Tomko, how does he compare to what he looked like a couple of years ago, his last time in the big leagues?
You know, I think he's pretty similar, Mac. He might have lost maybe a mile an hour, maybe 2 off his fastball. But I think he's pretty much the same guy. He's thrown the ball pretty well. He's been hurt by a couple of home runs, which I think the reason is ERA is as high as it is. But for the most part, he's throwing strikes, and he can throw a lot of pitches for strikes. Curveball, slider, changeup to go along with his fastball. So, you know, to his credit, I think he's come back most of the way.
Got the 3 and 4 hitters of the Yankees wanted batting order to pop up. A-Rod out to right field. Mitch Moreland with the long run to make the play, and it brings up Robinson Cano. He had the big blow of the third inning, that 3-run triple. And he's hitless against Tomko, although he's only faced him 3 times. Comco gave up that home run to Aviles in his Rangers debut back on the 23rd of April. But then just 3 days later, he threw 5 innings of relief on the 26th against Toronto. And I wonder, Mac, how tough it makes for any pitcher, young pitchers in particular, how hard these Yankees will work a count and work an at-bat.
Well, it makes it very difficult, especially for a young pitcher, because the young pitcher's looking at this lineup saying, you know, there are a couple of Hall of Famers in there. That's a little bit intimidating. But then they also put together quality at-bats up and down the lineup, and that really makes it difficult. So you can't, you really can't entice them to swing at your pitch. They're trying to wait you out and wait for their pitch. And if you miss your spot, they can make life very difficult for you.
The 2-1 pitch is popped up. Torrealba makes the play. Right up against the screen. And that's 3 pop-up outs in the inning for Brett Tomko. Leadoff walk is stranded. It's 5-4 Texas. We see Torrealba making the play to end the frame. And by Whataburger. And it's Elvis against Cologne. Quickly, he's ahead. No balls and 2 strikes.
How many at-bats did you get against Cologne in your career, Mac?
I had a few, yeah. I had a lot of them. He was pretty tough. He used to throw a very hard cutter, and you knew it was coming. It was almost Mariano type. Not nearly as consistent as Mariano, but it was very good. And, you know, that was back in the days he was throwing, you know, above 95. You know, he was definitely a challenge and, you know, one of those guys that you really had to be ready for.
Doesn't look like he's throwing that cutter right now, but he still has the same kind of movement on his fastball, doesn't he? Did he have that back then, too?
He didn't have as much movement on his fastball. It was either that cutter or his fastball was that four-seamer was very straight.
Uh-huh.
And if you could catch up to it, you could hit it. Some of the guys could hit it a long way, not me, but some of the guys could.
Grounded Jeter for the first out of the 5th. And it'll bring up Michael Young. He's 2 for 2 on the night. Home run in the first inning ended a 35-game homer drought here at Rangers Ballpark in Arlington. He added a single in the second inning. And that one's into left field. Another base hit for Michael Young.
Well, he took the sinker out of the ballpark for a home run and looked like a slider there that got out in front of him and ripped past A-Rod at third base. 3 for 3 for Michael.
I don't know if he can be any hotter than what he is right now.
That was a great start to the year for Michael. They needed someone to pick up from the offense that they're missing from Josh, and now someone else is going to have to pick up Nelly. Got the 2 main guys in the middle of the order out of the lineup right now.
Nelly Cruz, if you missed it, on the 15-day disabled list with what's been diagnosed as a strained right hamstring, or rather quad muscle. That one's sliced into right field. Michael stops at second.
Now, we talked about back in the second inning when Elvis rounded third and slipped, and that was the last out of the inning. The Rangers had 4 in. Beltre would have been coming up with 2 outs and men on first and third with Colon on the ropes. Nice job of hitting that high fastball up and away into right field. 2 hard hit balls. David's had a couple of hits off Colon as well.
Yep, he's got a homer and a single too. And looky here. Here comes Joe Girardi.
They've got 4 out of the next 5 hitters are left-hand hitters. The Yankees only have 1 lefty in the bullpen. So I guess if you're going to use him, this would be the time when you would bring him in.
And the time that Bartolo Colon exits this game, we will talk about Boone Logan and finish the 5th right after this. There's a pleasant sight. Josh Hamilton out running the bases and running them pretty quickly. Josh has been swinging the bat, a fungo bat, off the tee. And there you see him talking to Gary Pettis. On the injury front, Nelly Cruz, we mentioned, 15-day disabled list with that right quad. Craig Gentry has been recalled from Round Rock. He actually made it and is in uniform. He got here in time for the game, so he's available if needed. Wash says that the MRI revealed a strain to the quad, so they didn't want to take any chances with Nelly Cruz. You know how important his wheels are to him, Mac. He's got to have those as we show you the new pitcher. Boone Logan, the lefty.
Yeah, this is when you would bring the lefty in whenever this part of the lineup comes up. You don't worry about later in the game because the guys they bring in later in the game, Soriano, Chamberlain, Robertson, Rivera, they're all right-hand pitchers, but you're going to bring them in anyway, even if they are left-hand hitters to come up.
David Murphy reaches out after this one, and it's going to right field, but Swisher tracks it down.
It just hung up a little bit too much. Looked like it was going to be too far for Swisher to go, but it just stayed up there, and he was able to run underneath it.
So Murph is retired, and it brings up Torrealba. Nervitz 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a ground out.
You know, I like what Torrealba brings to this ball club, that veteran leadership behind the plate to deal with a fairly young pitching staff and just some excitement to the ball club.
This one's hit to right, and Swisher has that one too. A couple of well-hit balls, both retrieved by Swisher. And that will do it for the 5th inning for the Rangers. It'll do it for Mac, too. Don't forget to watch him on Rangers Live with Dana Larson right after the game. Still 5-4, Rangers with the lead. Young with his second home run of the year. It finds the seats out there in left field. David Murphy starts off the 2nd inning with a solo shot of his own. And then the big blow in that 4-run inning. A triple by Julio Borbon. It was a 4-run inning for the Rangers. The Yankees came right back with one of those of their own, though. The Robinson Cano 3-run triple has it 5-4. And that is still where we stand. 5-4 Rangers. And Swisher, who made the last 2 putouts, will now stand in against Tomko. Brett's thrown 27 pitches now. And it's 3 balls and no strikes. In there for a strike to Swisher, who's got just 1 hit in 8 previous at-bats against Tom Cohen. You see Arthur Rhodes out there in the bullpen. Good job by Brett to get it back to 3-2. And the payoff. Fouled off. And in the club level.
Yeah, Brett trying to come back from a 3-ball count. The last 3 innings, the leadoff hitter has walked, but hasn't scored in any one of the 3 innings.
Swisher hits this one in the air. And off the facing. A solo shot for Swisher. His 2nd of the year.
He got behind and came back with fastballs. Swisher fouled a couple off and then got another fastball. Saw about 4 or 5 straight fastballs, and he timed that one off the facing of the upper deck.
Mike Maddox out to chat with Tom Coe.
That's not where that location was intended. You can see Torrealba's glove kind of down and away. The ball was up and on the inside half of the plate.
And we're all tied up at 5 runs apiece. 1 in the first, 4 in the second for the Rangers, 4 in the third, and now 1 here in the 6th inning for the New York Yankees. Andrew Jones takes a first pitch strike from Tom Coe. Fourth outing of the year for Brett, and he's allowed 3 home runs. They've been the killer for him. And the 2-1 to Jones. In there for a strike. And it's 2-2. This one's grounded weakly toward Elvis. He's up with it. A nice dig by Chris Davis to retire Jones for the first out of the 6th inning. And here comes Ron Washington.
Tom Coe pitches 2 1/3, gave up the 1 run, the home run to Swisher, and now a turnover tie game to Arthur Rhodes.
Pitching change at the ballpark. Tell you all about Arthur when we come back on Fox. In the month of April, so you can save $16 off every lower reserved and Lexus Club Terrace ticket that you buy to see the Rangers face the A's this Monday through Wednesday. The special offer only available through Sunday, through tomorrow, while supplies last. Get your tickets and save up to 61%. TexasRangers.com/wins or call 972-RANGERS. Arthur Rhodes in there now to face Jorge Posada.
Posada's a switch hitter, and even though he hasn't hit great left-handed, he's 194 left-handed. He's 0 for 22 hitting right-handed.
Comes in with a 149 average. He's walked his first 2 times up. He was erased both times on subsequent double plays. As we show you Arthur's numbers here. He and Darren Oliver shared the closer duties while Neppy Feliz was on the shelf with that rotator cuff inflammation. Strike called to Jorge Posada. He goes down without a fight.
He worked 2 walks. He's 0 for 22, but he worked 2 walks. Not this time, though. Strike 3 on the outside corner.
Tough pitch to take. And it brings up Russell Martin, Yankees catcher, batting in the 9 hole. And that's a strike to him. Grounded foul to make it 0-2. Swisher led off the inning with that home run, the 49th of the year by the Yankees. They're first in the majors with those 49 home runs. And they've now hit at least one in 24 of their 31 games. Strike 3 called. Good job, Arthur Rhodes. And it's 5-5. Rangers try to break the tie next. Sonic, tonight's jackpot is worth $1,500 and dinner for 2 at Sonic Drive-In. Tonight the Rangers are hitting for Fred Moss from Garland. And if a Ranger hits a grand slam during the inning, Fred Moss from Garland will win $25,000. You can register at any North Texas Sonic restaurant. Mitch Moreland will be the first one to have a chance to hit a slam, a Sonic slam home run. He's got a single and a strikeout so far in this one. And the Yankees have made a defensive change out in left field. Brett Gardner is now out there, replacing Andrew Jones. And Moreland hits it out there towards him and over his head and off the wall. Mitch is in at second base. A leadoff double to start things off for the Rangers here in the 6th.
That ball just kept slicing away from him. Before you know it, it was off the wall.
And it brings up Chris Davis.
Fastball up, out over the plate. And Mitch goes the other way. That's something he does very well. Hit the ball with power to all fields. That's halfway up the wall.
Davis hits this one hard, but foul.
David Robertson is warmed up in the bullpen. But you got 2 left-hand hitters, Chris Davis and Julio Bourbon. That's why Logan is in the game right now.
Chris slices this one, but foul. Ironically, the other lefty that Boone Logan faced was David Murphy. He almost wound up with a base hit out there. Nick Swisher went a long way to track that one down. Mitch does lead this one off with a double. And now the 0-2 to CD is into right field for a base hit.
Oh, nice job by the lefties. In fact, you go back to David Murphy. David Murphy hit a ball down the right field line that almost fell in. Swisher ran it down right at the line. Now you've got 2 left-hand hitters leading off this inning. Moreland's doubled. Davis is singled. Breaking ball down and away. Chris just kind of waves the bat at it and loops it into right field. We've got Julio coming up, first and third, nobody out.
And here comes Girardi. Even with the left-handed pitcher or hitter coming up, they're
not. I don't think they're making
pull him. No,
they're not making a change. Yeah. He's just going out and talking to him, trying to decide on the strategy right here with Bourbon hitting. You know, they know Ron Washington likes to squeeze lefty versus lefty. It's something that's in the equation.
The single by Davis was on an 0-2 pitch. He hit an 0-2 pitch out in Seattle the other day. As you see Robertson out there in the bullpen. Final few tosses, perhaps. Chris Davis has done a nice job with those 0-2 pitches the last few games. And now it's Julio. He's got a 7-game hitting streak going now. It's a season high for him. And the average is up over 300 at home for Julio Bourbon. Swing and a miss there to make it 1-1. Take you back to the 2nd inning. That was the triple. All part of a 4-run second. Julio with the big smile, his 3rd triple of the year. All 3 have come here at Rangers Ballpark. Now he's bunting, and they are safe at home. Out at first.
Well, the squeeze is always in the equation. And after he swung and missed at the first breaking ball, Wash put the squeeze on. So you score the run, and you also sacrifice the man from first to second. Another man in scoring position. Good job by Julio. Wash not afraid to make that call. We saw it the other day in Seattle when Elvis Andrus laid the bunt down. Well, Moreland actually didn't get a great jump at third base. Started to leave almost too soon. But you can get away with that with a left-hand pitcher because the left-hand pitcher can't see you.
It really was a good bunt, too.
Turned out Mitch had started to leave a little too soon. Actually, when he finally started to run, it was the right timing.
And there's a pitching change here at Rangers Ballpark in Arlington. Rangers have retaken the lead, 6-5 in the sixth. One free sports app on iTunes. It's the all-new Fox Sports app with live scoring, video, and all the latest on your Rangers. It's free. It's on iTunes right now. And let's take a look back at how the Rangers took the lead.
Now watch Mitch. You want to leave right when the pitcher lets go of the ball. And you can see Mitch leaves right when he lets go of the ball. And when you leave then, and the bunt's down, there's no way you can throw him out at the plate. Logan got to it, wanted to throw home, but couldn't get it there. It was good timing on that play. If you leave too soon with a right-hand pitcher, you're sunk. With a left-hand pitcher, you can still get away with it, but that was just good timing all the way around.
Ian grounds it to second. Cano's up with it. Makes the play. We take one more look back from the corner. And once again, the Rangers just execute that squeeze perfectly.
Mitch started moving a little bit before he let go of the ball, but there's no way Logan could see that. What happens if you leave too soon before the pitcher lets go of the ball? He can pitch out.
And the new man is Robertson.
Well, if you leave right when he's getting ready to let go of the ball, he doesn't have time to make that kind of an adjustment.
And we assume that's what Girardi was talking with Logan and the rest of the infielders about on the mound, but the Rangers executed it so well. Not much they could do.
It may have been one of the things they were talking about. They could have been talking about where to play the infield, when to come home with the ball. The ball's hit to third, ball's hit to first. But really, a manager, the only way he can stop the squeeze play is to pitch out. Yeah. If you throw a ball that can be bunted, you can't stop the squeeze play unless he pops it up or misses it. But if he bunts it on the ground, you can't stop it.
And more credit to Julio. We've talked a few times in recent games about how he just hadn't been getting the bunt down this year, and he sure got that one down.
Yep, that's getting it down when it counts. And Elvis has hit well with men in scoring position. And here's a man out there. See if he can get that base hit. Big 2-out hit to drive him in.
Elvis actually at 345 on the year. with runners in scoring position. And the Rangers started the game at 3-11 in that situation. Perhaps improved upon that a bit. They're 4th in all of baseball at scoring runners when they're in position to be scored. That one's popped up and foul, and it reaches the seats, out of play.
Robertson's got good stuff. He's got a good fastball. Struck out 14 in 10 2/3. Hasn't given up a home run yet.
Tossed a scoreless 8th inning against the Tigers in a loss on Tuesday. And that one's inside. So the count runs full to Elvis. Chris Davis down at third base. Rangers have broken the 5-5 tie. They'd like to add to it here. High and in tight, and it's a walk.
The other side of the strikeouts, that's his 7th walk in 10 2/3.
And here comes Michael Young. 46 hits now. He has a 3-hit gap on Howie Kendrick and Ichiro. That's a ball to him. Robertson checks the runners. Last night, the top 4 hitters in the Rangers batting order were 0 for 16. Tonight they're 5 for 13 already. And it's 2-0 to Michael. He's hitless against Robertson in 5 trips. And he slices that one foul. Michael's got 5 walks in his last 10 games. And he's ahead here, 2 balls and a strike. Time for our Coors Light Cold Hard Blast, and it is Michael Young as the 3rd batter of the game. And he gets just enough of that one. His 2nd homer of the season gave the Rangers a 1-0 lead. And this one's right back up the middle. He picks up Chris Davis. Rounding third, a second and headed for third is Elvis. And Michael Young is 4 for 4.
How about the cold, hard base hit up the middle right there? We'll take it. Love those big 2-out hits with men in scoring position. tell Michael's feeling it at the plate, just the way he's taking pitches that are close to strikes without even offering at him, and then getting a pitch to handle. You see the concentration on his face. That's nothing new. Robertson falls off the mound a little bit toward first base, and the ball went right behind him.
And this one is chopped to short. They go the short way for it. But the Rangers break the tie. 7-5 Texas now as we head to the 7th inning. Ford F-150 and drive one. Ford is the best in Texas. And by Southwest Airlines' new Rapid Rewards, unlimited reward seats and no blackout days. 7th inning on tap and nobody enjoying it more than that guy. What a lovely feast he's enjoying, even as the Rangers have feasted on Yankee pitching tonight and taken a 7-5 lead. The Rangers have a new pitcher out there. It's Darren Oliver. 14th appearance of the year for Ollie. And he's quick to remind everybody that he was 2 for 2 in save opportunities when Feliz was on the disabled list. So he doesn't want to talk about the losses. Just 2 for 2 in save opportunities. First pitch swinging is Jeter. He's got his second hit of the night. And it'll bring up Granderson. That hit by Derek Jeter is the 2,956th of his career. It ties him for 30th place all time with Wee Willie Keeler. There's a strike to Granderson. And there's a guy who's enjoying every minute of it.
Wow.
I'm not sure how he's going to enjoy that shower, trying to get all that red paint off of him. Yes, as we learned last night from Julie Dobbs, apparently WD-40 does the trick on.
Word has it, that's not paint. He's just out in the sun too much today.
He's a lobster.
Real bad sunburn.
Sat by the pool all day long. Boy, if that was a sunburn, can you imagine how much he would hurt?
That'd be a first-degree sunburn right there.
And peel.
See what it says on the back of his shirt?
I didn't notice.
Oh, come on, turn around, big guy.
Well, he's a talker, too.
Can you read it?
I couldn't read it.
It says slim.
Slim doesn't really. You want one of those slim shirts. That shirt was rather slimming. Slim, there you go. I like irony.
You know what you love about that guy? That guy's a fan right there, boy.
He is.
He loves the Rangers.
He's up talking to everybody and having fun. Just like the rest of this sellout crowd here. What's not to like about it? Rangers were 4-1 against the Yankees here at home a year ago. Trying to hold on here and make it 1-1 this year. A victory here would make it easy to forget last night's game. And nobody will ever forget what happened here. At least no Rangers fan will ever forget what happened here. Last October the 22nd. When the Rangers beat the Yankees 6-1 to secure their first ever trip to the World Series.
Big pitch right here.
And he popped him up. Sky high. Beltre has it in fair ground.
It's another case of getting Granderson on something other than a fastball. Worked the count to 3-2. And Granderson's second time today that he's popped up a curveball. He's also walked a couple of times in between, but boy, in the 3-2 pitch, the last thing you want to do is walk Granderson with Teixeira, Rodriguez, and Cano coming up.
Mark's got a couple of singles on the night and a fly out. He grounds this one toward Michael. Back to Elvis for one. Over to Chris, safe at first base.
He was out at first base. Around 300 feet away, but it sure looked like he was out at first base right there.
Ron Washington thinks so too.
That was a tremendous attempt at a double play. Michael got it there quickly, and Elvis aired it out to first. And at least from this vantage point, I thought he might have gotten it there before Tex got there.
Mike DeMuro, the first base umpire, and Wash has an earful for him. Let's take a look. Yeah,
he's out.
From that angle, it sure looks like it. Here's another one.
That's close. So, you know, we're looking at it in slow motion.
Yeah.
We think he's out. Mike DeMuro's out there. He's got to make the call when he sees it, and it's tough to argue that one. That was very close. If you're a Ranger fan, you think he's out. I'm sure if you're a Yankee fan, Joe Girardi would have come out if he was called out. So I don't think he can win on that one as an umpire.
There's real speed, and you see what he sees, and it's not easy.
A lot of my think is want.
Sure.
The other thing I wouldn't want to do is be an umpire. Oh boy, Darren.
Another pop-up from Rodriguez. Coming on is Julio.
Well,
one of them caught it out there.
Thank goodness he hung on to that ball.
Yeah, he and Elvis.
That was close.
Collide with each other. Julio hangs on. And that'll do it. Darren Oliver retires the Yankees in the 7th. our Coors Light freeze cam. We'll take you back to how the Rangers retook the lead. They broke the 5-5 tie with a perfectly executed squeeze play. Julio Bourbon, Mitch Moreland scores, and the Rangers took a 6-5 lead. It's our Coors Light freeze cam. They now lead at 7-5. As Murph comes up. We're in the bottom of the 7th inning. David's 2 for 3 on the night. Skies this one foul and out of play. And let's take a look back at what happened on the last out of the 7th inning. A-Rod pops it up. There's a lot of going on, a lot of noise here, and you can see Julio was calling it.
Boy, that's lucky. Number one, they're lucky no one got hurt on that play. That's the main thing. And it was lucky that he was able to hang on to it. You could see that Julio was clearly yelling for it.
Yeah.
And it's also pretty obvious that Elvis didn't hear him. And there was a ball that dropped in, the ball that Teixeira dropped in earlier, and I think Elvis was saying, I think I can get to this ball. I'm not going to let this one drop in. And they had the collision, but fortunately no one's hurt, and Julio hung on to the ball.
A couple of pieces of good fortune on that one, and the Rangers got A-Rod. And they hold the 7-5 lead. David Murphy tries to help pad it here. He made it 2-0 with a leadoff home run back in the 2nd.
You can see the plan on that pitch. Martin stood up, gave the target high. Robertson threw it exactly where Martin asked for it, and they got David to swing at the high fastball. Watch the catcher. He's got his glove up high. There comes the ball, and there comes the swing. Ahead in the count, they're willing to throw a ball with the hope that they could get David to swing at it, and it worked.
And now it's Yorvit Torrealba. Three home runs on the year for Yorvit. All 3 have been hit here at Rangers Ballpark in Arlington. And he hits this one right at Cano. What a play.
All you can do is hit the ball hard. You can't guide it. You can't guarantee where it's going to go, and you can't guarantee what kind of play the fielder is going to make. But Cano's a Gold Glover, and you can see why on that play. Oh, an absolute rope.
He short hops it with the backhand and then makes the play. 2nd out of the inning.
He also noticed what he was doing, too. He's getting his head out of the way. Sometimes you hear a Little League coach say, you have to get in front of the ball. Well, not balls that are hit like that you shouldn't get in front of. Big League players don't, and Little League players shouldn't either. You want to spoil someone's zest and joy for the game of baseball, make them get in front of a ground ball on a bad field and let the big guy hit a hard one right at him.
Keep the ball in front of you. Probably pretty good advice. Not necessarily you in front of it. And we showed the video with Noxie earlier of Wash having a clinic for some of the kids and coaches today. He's very good at those. I didn't go to today's, but I've seen him at some of those.
Yeah, and if it's a fairly slowly hit ball, that's a good plan. Keep it in front of you. If you miss it, it might just knock off your body and you can pick it up. But if it's hit like that, you try to get in front of that ball and you'd be on the disabled list.
Swing and a miss by Mitch. And it's 2-2. Single and a double and a strikeout for Mitch. He scored a couple of runs. And that'll make it 3-2. fouled into the seats of this sellout crowd. 49,574 on hand. It surpasses last night's total and becomes the second largest crowd of the year. Last night it was 49,069.
Yeah, this 3-game series is going to surpass the Red Sox series, it looks like.
Mitch over the head of a leaping Cano.
3 hits for Mitch, swinging the bat well. He had a single and scored in the second. He led off the 2-run rally with a double in the 6th. Now a 2-out single in the 7th.
And we're going to get a pinch runner for him. Craig Gentry will make his season debut. He just got recalled today when Nelly Cruz was placed on the disabled list.
Yeah, that's a logical move late in the ball game to get speed and defense into the game when you got a lead. Craig's an outstanding outfielder. Good game for Mitch.
Very good game for Mitch, who was 3 for 4 on the night, 2 singles and a double to go with a strikeout. And now they try to catch Gentry.
Bottom of the order has had a good game. 5 runs scored by Moreland, Davis, and Bourbon. 4 hits, a walk, 3 RBIs for Bourbon.
"13 hits on the night for the Rangers, a Rangers team that managed only 3 yesterday. That was a season low. All 3 were singles. They had only 1 other game all season where they had no extra base hits, but in that one against Oakland, they had 11 singles. Last night, just 3. The 0-1 to Davis. Acrobatic swing and a miss there.
Yeah, he started to swing, and right about here goes, uh-oh, I don't want to swing.
Wish
at that
I hadn't
pitch.
done that. Darn
There's
it.
nothing I can do about it.
So he kept going, and they keep going to first base. Worried about the speed on the base paths of Craig Gentry. And he got Chris on strikes. Rangers don't add to the lead, but they still lead. It's 7-5 Texas as we head to the 8th.
5, John, and time for the progressive fan of the game. It has to be Kevin. He comes from Durant, Oklahoma, but something happened tonight, right?
Actually, our car broke down in Gainesville, and my A buddy over here dressed up in a Halloween costume just to pick us up and bring us to the Ranger game.
So you hitchhiked here in the game?
Yes, sir, we did. We didn't make it to the 4th inning.
All right, that is the progressive fan of the game. Here's the bag. Here's that. Here's the shirt. Way to go, Abe. Way to go, Kevin.
And I have one thing to say. There's only 2 things in Oklahoma. You're either a Ranger fan or you're an Oklahoma Sooner fan, baby. Let's go.
There we go. All right,
Rangers. Let's go, Rangers.
Awesome.
That's the happiest guy I've ever seen to break down and have to hitchhike to a ball game.
He's got lots of shout-outs, too.
Chris, my hero. I love you, Tom. John, you're a good man, too.
I appreciate that very much. Very much. Thank you very much.
If you watch American Idol, he could pass as Casey, the guy that just got kicked off.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, he looks just like him.
Can you imagine you're the guy in the ape costume driving down I-35 and you see a guy with a Rangers antler helmet on and you go, well, heck yes, I pick him up. Why wouldn't I?
You gotta love Ranger fans.
Oh, it's awesome. That kind of fanaticism, and to be here for the 4th inning on, they've gotten to see quite a bit of good baseball. And the Rangers come back to take a 7-5 lead. Darren Oliver.
Darren Oliver gave up the leadoff hit to Jeter, but he's been tough since then.
Has he ever?
Trying to get the ball to Nefi Felice for the 9th inning.
And you just recognize the comfort level of the Arthur Rhodeses and the Darren Olivers of the world being back in their normal position in that bullpen.
Arthur was terrific. Faced 2 hitters, struck them both out.
And there's a strike.
Dropped that breaking ball right on the outside corner.
It's 2-2 to Swisher.
Good pitch. Tough to hit that pitch. You really don't try to hit it until you get 2 strikes.
That one is foul. Down the third baseline. Craig Gentry incidentally did stay in the game and stayed in right field. So the outfield alignment now is Murphy, Bourbon, and Gentry. And there's Craig. Swing and a miss by Swisher, and Darren got him on strikes.
Yeah, Darren's got Swisher talking to himself after that at bat. Looked like a high slider maybe out of the strike zone. And Swisher, who doesn't usually swing at that pitch, can't check his swing, and he's out.
And with 2 out, it'll bring up Brett Gardner. He replaced Andrew Jones out there in left field for the Yankees. Jones was 0 for 3 with a pop out, a strikeout, and a ground out. That one's a little inside. It's 2-0 to Gardner. Strike to him. He was forced into duty last night after the illness to Swisher. And Brett was hitless. Now it's 3-1 to him. In there for a strike on the outside part of the plate. And the count is full to Brett Gardner as the Rangers try to make it 1-1 in the series against New York. And this crowd, nearly 50,000 strong, trying to help Darren Oliver out, and it's fouled.
3-2 pitch. He gets a look like a cut fastball. Fastball in any event. Outside corner. Hangs tough.
And now the crowd gets into it again. Darren Oliver looks in for the sign. Lefty-lefty matchup. And that one is sliced foul.
Pretty much the exact same pitch. A little bit farther outside. In fact, it might have been ball 4. Not going to take that pitch, though. He was definitely getting rung up if he took that.
And so here comes pitch number 8 of the at-bat. And it's in the air toward center. Julio Bourbon makes the play. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Darren Oliver. And here come the Rangers in the bottom of the 8th. Play of the game. Give the great hands to Yorvi Torrealba all the way back against the screen, and he makes the play, and it ends the 5th inning. Much to the delight of that young lady standing there cheering him on.
She almost got a finger in the mouth.
She really did. It was close. Yorvi doing a great job behind the plate, and we've got the new pitcher to tell you about.
Hard-throwing Jabba Chamberlain. Going to be in his 15th ball game. Having a pretty good year. Almost a strikeout an inning. Good opponent's batting average. When he first came up, the Yankees didn't know whether to use him late in the game, potentially as a closer, but at least as a setup man, as long as Mariano Rivera is here, or a starting pitcher. He's settled into kind of a 7th, 8th inning role. Hard thrower. And he drops a slow one in there.
Faces a challenge here. It's the Rangers' 9-man, Julio Bourbon, but he's had a great night at the plate, including that triple back in the 2nd inning, part of a 4-run second for the Rangers. There's a strike to him. Jabba got his second win of the year. The only game the Yankees won in Detroit was the first of a 4-game series on Monday. And now all seems right with the world, or at least the Rangers bullpen. As you see, Neffy out there. Quick play by Jeter, and he's safe. Can't get him.
He almost beat out the squeeze play. He was just barely out on that. And Jeter didn't do anything wrong on that play. He charged it. He picked the short hop. He threw it. Julio was just flying down the first baseline to beat it out.
So it's a leadoff infield single by Julio Bourbon.
And these are all the things you want to see Julio doing. Bunting, running, driving the ball. He's done that with a 2-run triple. Playing defense. Last week, that's what you've seen from Julio.
Now it's Ian Kinsler and the top of the Rangers batting order.
2 hits today has Julio's batting average up in the right around 280. 3 RBIs gives him 11 on the year.
And we go to Emily Jones.
Well, Tom, I'll vouch for you on making that Julio Bourbon prediction. It was Wednesday night in Seattle. You said Julio Bourbon is on the verge and is just on the start of breaking out. And it looks like he's continuing that tonight.
Yeah, he really is. Thanks, Emily. And Tom was watching him in batting practice and just saw this about to happen. Tom has already seen a squeeze play about to happen tonight, too. So we've got the clairvoyant Tom Greaves sitting here.
No, the key is, John, you just toss out all the possibilities and then just cross your fingers when they happen.
Well, those two.
No one says anything when you say it might watch out for the squeeze play. If it doesn't happen, no one says anything.
I sure wouldn't.
One time out of 20 when it happens, you go, hey, nice guess.
No guess. And he wasn't guessing about Bourbon either. You could tell something good was about to happen just the way this guy's carrying himself.
Yeah, I think you can tell a lot about a player with his body language. You can see him on the bus. You can see him in the clubhouse, out on the field in practice, around the batting cage. You can just really tell when a guy's feeling good by his body language.
Crowd getting antsy with Chamberlain for checking Julio back to first again. And again. By now the crowd in Seattle would have strung him up. They hated that throw over to first. Although the 3 crowds we saw in Seattle would have fit in the bleachers here. Pitch out. Julio is back. Makes it 2-1 to Ian.
Tampa Bay has already beaten Baltimore today. If the Rangers hang on and beat the Yankees, they're virtually tied for first place. That's after Tampa Bay lost the first 6 games of the season.
Yeah. Swing and a miss by Ian. Kansas City has defeated Oakland in the division 4-3. And the LA Angels trail Cleveland now in the 6th inning. So
how about the Indians? They're beating Jared. I think that's Jared Weaver pitching for the Angels today.
Already gotten 4 from him. Ian hits this one in the air. Left field. Julio was on the run. He'll scamper back to first base. As Gardner makes the play out there. And it brings up Elvis. Single back in the 2nd inning for Elvis. He hits this one toward short. Jeter to Cano to Teixeira. And that will do it. Chamberlain gets the job done, but the Rangers still have the lead, and here comes Nefi Feliz. The Rangers closer is back. 9th inning on tap. Fan Chevy is a proud sponsor of youth baseball leagues in your community. Go to ChevyYouthBaseball.com for a chance at winning a home field makeover. And he is back. Nefi Feliz back out there on the mound after a stint on the disabled list, and he comes in the 9th inning against the New York Yankees. A very familiar situation for him, reminiscent of the American League Championship Series, and you see his numbers. 5 for 5 in save opportunities. The opponent's hitting just $138 off of him. And our Ford leaderboard shows you the save leaders in all-time Rangers numbers. And you see C.J. Wilson a little bit ahead of Nefi Feliz, the big man, Tom Henke there, in 6th place, and Feliz will continue to climb that ladder and that Ford leaderboard. Starts off with the 8 and 9 hitters. It's Posada first.
Well, the key to this inning, make it a 1-2-3 inning. Don't have to face Granderson or Teixeira.
In there for a strike. 94-mile-an-hour pitch for Feliz, who in his 1 inning of rehab work touched 100 on the gun with his very last pitch. Inside to Posada, who's got a couple of walks to go with a strikeout. Arthur Rhodes struck him out back in the 6th inning. Two-one pitch grounded to Chris Davis.
Boy, he made that one look easy. That was a hard hit smash that took a hop, and Chris fielded it like it was a simple play. I guess it was for him.
It was indeed. It's a 3 unassisted. It's the first out of the 9th inning, and it brings up Russell Martin.
We just love to see the closer get that leadoff hitter.
Big smile from Chris Davis. Martin has grounded into 2 double plays, and Arthur Rhodes struck him out in the 6th inning too. And he grounds this one to Elvis. Big hop, Long throw, 2 out. Nefi Feliz is 1 out away from saving this 7-5 victory.
Well, the other thing you've seen the last couple of days from Elvis is, remember when he was talking about getting careless, his footwork, and balls were sailing on him? He's had his feet underneath him, and he's been throwing it hard over to first base, and probably not as a consequence, not consequentially, they've been very accurate throws. Maybe coincidentally was the word I was
There you
looking
go.
for. If I keep talking, I'll get it right.
Find it. Keep searching. Derek Jeter comes up.
I knew it began with C-O-N.
Couple of hits on the night for Derek.
See, not even the guys in the truck caught what I just said.
No, I was going to say it's not
both. They both. Yeah, you caught it.
I
see?
caught it. Yeah, it's not. I don't want to make you look bad.
No, I want you to do
I don't want to make
that.
it look like you're a bad speller.
See, as you get to know me better, you'll realize you can say, "Where'd you learn how to spell?"
Yeah, coincidentally, doesn't start with C-O-N.
They go right by all the guys in the truck.
Yeah.
They usually let me know every time that happens.
Yeah, well, they're not good spellers down there. Two and 0 count now to Derek Jeter. That'll make it 2-1 and bring the crowd to their feet.
Well, you want to get Jeter right here. End the game now. No drama of Granderson hitting as the tying run.
That one misses to make it 3-1.
And Jeter, I would think, would be taken all the way right here.
Jeter's double in the third was just his third extra base hit of the season. There you see the 4 pitches to him thus far.
Well, technically 3 of them could have been strikes, I guess.
3-1. Popped up and out of play.
He was taking 2-0, it looked like, but not 3-1.
So it's a full count to the Yankees leadoff man, Derek Jeter, against the reigning American League saves leader and rookie of the year, Nefi Feliz. Grounded toward short. Elvis has it. There you go, boys! And a way to beat the Yankees. 7-5 the final. Feliz is back. And the Rangers are back in the win column.
A good game to win. Rangers jumped out early. The Yankees came right back and tied it. As soon as the Yankees tied it, the Rangers scored 2 in the bottom of the 6th. And the relievers held on. Arthur Rhodes, Darren Oliver, and Nefi Feliz. Excellent job of relief. Brett Tomko pitched well, too. 2 1/3, only gave up